All right, guys, I'm Coach Michael Burt. I hope you're doing great. We've been doing lots of webinars. We've been doing lots of coaching sessions. I've been teaching people about fear and what fear is, which is an unpleasant emotion created by a belief that something's going to harm us in the future. We actually spend valuable time in the present worrying about something that could happen in the future. And Brad Blazer has been in our coaching program now. How long, Brad, have you been in the Monster Producer Coaching Program?
I think I've been in it now about 7-8 months.
Yeah, and been one of our top students as far as just activation of Prey Drive and more than anything, building networks with people and finding his unique talents and distributing those to the world and pumping books out. He's just doing all kinds of things. So he had a bright idea to do a virtual coaching summit. And one of the things I love about Brad is he really has removed his considerations about who he's asking and who to put in there. He goes for it, man. He has no consideration about asking. So Brad, tell us a little bit about where this idea came from and what's going to go down on Saturday, because I'm one of the speakers. You got Tim Story, you got Bradley, you got Stephen Hotze. I mean, you got some big time people. You got Matthew Knowles. You got some big time people here. So tell the people watching, because it's going to be a great. People are telling me they're registered for it. You got how many people? 200 to 300 people already registered?
Yeah, about 300 plus. Yeah, I think we'll be at 500 by the time Saturday rolls around.
What an incredible thing, man, to bring people together and just equip people with the tools and the skills they need to be successful. So talk a little bit about how'd you have the vision, and talk about the mechanics of how it's going to work on Saturday.
Absolutely. Well, I had the vision, obviously, because as a speaker and as a coach, everything I was supposed to be at for the next 6 weeks was getting canceled left and right. I mean, I was supposed to be with you in Dallas with the Don't Let the Shout tour with you and Sharon Lecter. And I was supposed to be, of course, in San Diego with you and Marshall Silver. And I was just looking at my calendar and everything was getting canceled. Yeah. And, much like I think all of us quickly realized that I've got to start doing more stuff online. And I was actually talking to Matthew Knowles. He called me at the house and we were just chatting. I said, how's your business been affected? He said, man, I was losing hundreds of thousands of dollars in speaking fees. And of course, Beyonce and Jay-Z were supposed to be on tour. They're losing millions of dollars in concert revenue. And he was talking about virtual streaming. And I said, that's it, man. That was my big aha moment, is I've got to do something big where I can bring an audience of people together. And of course, I knew you, and I've been trying to work with Tim Story and get Tim on my podcast. And I said, let me just reach out to a couple people to see if they'll come out of the woodwork to provide help and to bring calmness and really to bring a plan to entrepreneurs that are really contracting and crawling under a rock, to make them realize that in this environment, big time people are expanding. We're increasing our activity. Right. And so I just kind of reached out to my network, and this whole thing literally came together probably just in the last week. I mean, I've been hustling, working late hours. I got my content team, Ruben, Carolina, designing the video and the banners and everything. And, we want to blow this up really for two things. Number one is, obviously, I'm sure like you in my business, a lot of my entrepreneurs and a lot of my business owners, their businesses are closed in fear. At employees able ground, right? Where they can think straight and get their thoughts right. Because I say what's going on in the world is inevitable, but defeat is optional.
That's right.
And in your mind, you've got to realize that you're not defeated, that you can work through this, but you've just got to learn how to pivot and perhaps reach out to your customer base and do things a little differently. So this summit really that we're doing Saturday, we've got, I think, 9 panelists. I know you're one. Brought together a great team, Dr. Steve, how to build up your immune system, how to be healthy. We, of course, have Brad Lee, of course, the CEO and founder of Lightspeed, talking about how you can train and how you can, of course, stay engaged with your sales team and your people. Of course, we got Tim Story, the world shaker, who's going to try to bring a calmness and wrap it up on the back end. And, of course, John Hawkins. So really what I want the team to do is just deliver the message to everybody that's listening is, here's what we are doing in our businesses. Here's what you should be doing in yours. And folks, expand, be more active, phone calls, webinars, virtual streaming, Facebook, so that when this economy returns to normalcy, you will still be relevant in the mind of your customers. You will have remained in front of them, and your business will just grow. And so I think it's going to be fantastic.
Well, you put together a great lineup of people. I know people are excited about being on there. Listen, during this period, you need to be feeding your mind with positive information.
Yes.
Okay. And you need to be getting your information from very limited sources who know what they're doing. You know, I've talked to people that are managing $6 billion of money on what their take is on the economy. I've talked to Dr. Hotze on what we can really do or what we need to be worried about. You know, I'm getting my information from limited sources because, listen, you can go home and just work yourself into a depressed frenzy. And that is not the solution. You know, the purpose of this, as the title of your, you know, your summit is conquer the crisis.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
not lay down because of the crisis. It's not feel sorry for yourself because of the crisis. That's never worked for me in my life. I think this is a tremendous period of expansion. We're working muscles we've never worked, right? We're learning. We're studying business models that we haven't studied in a while. We're trying to diversify our portfolios. We're really seeing what could recession proof a business. So you got some of the biggest people in the world, right? And I think we're going to offer hope, inspiration, tactics. Yep. What are big time people doing? Like what am I doing every day to keep my business running? What am I doing with my high end real estate properties that we can't rent right now? What am I doing to diversify? What stocks am I buying? Because I'm buying stocks during this period. Okay. Absolutely. So Brad, just I want to thank you, number one, for putting this on and really you had a vision and you went with it. And if I could say one thing about Brad Blazer that I've been super impressed with is just, you know, your prey drive has been activated to a freakish level, and you will get on a plane and go anywhere. You will talk to anybody. You will. I mean, the stuff we're coaching on how to remove consideration, you just have done so well. So,
you know, it's just I reach out to people. I mean, you know, the worst thing that they'll do is say no, and you just keep going back. And at some point they'll say yes. They'll just, you know, acquiesce and like, okay, you know, you've been so persistent. It's kind of like, you know, when you say in your coaching, when people are on the fence, have you ever met anybody that's worked so hard to get your business?
Yeah.
You know, have you ever found anybody that's worked so hard just to get to know you and build a relationship? And then, of course, once you have that relationship, it's leading with value. What can I do to help you? And that relationship just nourishes and develops over time where these people are willing to give their time. I mean, as you know, we're not charging a dime for the summit. This is a summit literally that someone like Grant Cardone could be getting $1,500, $2,000 to put into a big coliseum. People would pay big time money to get in front of the team we've put together. And all this is being done for free because all of us are of the mindset we want to help people. We want to bring value to people. We want to give people a plan. And like you said, give people the courage so they can work through this and they can conquer it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited about being part of it. Thank you for hosting it. I want to be there. We're going to post a link when we post this out there in the world. We're also going to put it on our YouTube channel. We're going to post. We've got 300 people right now. Listen, this is something. You're going to be at home on Saturday. Log in, sign up, register. I promise you, you're going to get so much value out of this, and it costs you nothing but your time, guys. And if you're looking for a tip, a tactic, a strategy, a mindset, right? How to handle fear, how to use fear. I'm going to be talking about how to use fear to create cash flow. Okay. How do you use this emotion of fear, right? Like that's what I'm going to be talking about. So it's going to be great. All right. Brad Blazer, Houston, Texas, virtual summit, conquered the crisis. Thank you, big guy. You know, I love you and I appreciate you.
And Saturday, 28th, 10:45 a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square.
That's right. Be there, be square. All right, big guy. Thank you very much.
Take care.
See you now.